I'm going to talk about Eddie's birth record, and it is in the book, but I am just going to read it to you, and I'm going to show you. I'm not going to read 100% of it, but I'm going to just, let's see, I'm going to put this up, and I'm going to read it, because I've got it onto a Word doc.
Why don't you just read the thing since you've got it right there?
Because that one is more difficult to read than what I have typed.
Oh, okay.
This was done, I'm trying to see a date on this. Anyway, it says handwritten, sealed, only Ultra has seen it. Title record, Comstat, Page, Edward, comma, M. Date of birth, 1/8/1954. I love how they always put that 54 on there. It's actually 1953. The co-handler assigned is Coleman Grover T. Press size, NSA code Ultra 33 MJK. The doctors that were involved: Fred Dorman, Larry Stenson, Floyd Kramer, Diane Sewell, Larry Dewan, and Miles Kressler. It says notes and legal format to follow. Project Aquarius. It's got the record file number on it. Classification Ultra. The host monitor is Grover Coleman and Blanche Coleman. Location Florida. Birth certificate filed Ultra, non-obtainable. It says the following records are to be kept stored away until further notice by given order of Chief Liaison, OIC. What is OIC?
Officer in charge,
okay.
Or the official in charge.
Said name being of small male child shows all the characteristics from text that were presented during the 1922 forum. And that was a forum that was held with the Vatican, and we don't know, government officials. We don't know too much about that forum. The host families are to be kept on files as time, and that any and all records on this name subject be filed in the following base until otherwise noted by security personnel and charged of said being. It is known that this is the third child to be found, and the other two, they're talking about Michael and Daniel, have no knowledge of the others. The next 10 years are for study and to witness any abnormal movements or body functions to be warranted with this set meal. Here's what was noted. There is a mark on the lower back of the skull. The births are the same as the other two. Birth is noted the same as the others. Birth is identical as others. Mothers are not sure of how the birth happened. Fathers not known, found. Bloodline identical. O negative, RH factor 79.5% acknowledged. Hair growth identical, brown in color. Teeth are present already, all three. And then it's
not all three teeth.
no, it was I think all three children.
Yeah.
Follow manual to chapter 11 for instructions. Well, I don't have the manual or chapter.
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen that.
You didn't ask.
Children will not be of normal patterns as noted for normal children. Will eventually know about themselves. Will eventually know about themselves and past. Must keep tabs on these, as they will wonder and search out sources that are not present. Dreams will become very vivid for the process of where they have been and what they know. The diocese must be notified once any special signs appear, nightmares, visions, dreams, apparitions. These said children should be allowed only a normal life, that of human children, but only to protect them from other legions that might arise from time to time. The Hebrew name of that is known as Abil or Abila, the enlightened one, for the Son of Christ, the messenger of much internal knowledge that will come forth in the last days, the one to watch the closest. It is stated that this one holds the eternal truths of the enlightened ones, as told in the early books, references to God's children, and the one who holds the key to death itself. All who come in contact with this male subject must be knowledgeable, and then there's a part that was illegible. Something it says happens to this child to be instructed, must not fall into foreign hands or missions at this time. Ultra status will be kept by staff and medical teams associated with this male being. All orders pertaining here are sent to NSA, CIA, under the file Coleman. And that was signed Thornton ELLIOTT. And a copy went to DOD, CIA, NSA. And it says data facts as stated. Magdalene site 1. Twins. It says twins.
Retrieved.
Twins for identical at 2 a.m. in Torbury, New Jersey. Mother single. It said 2,720 days later. We now have the third child. The mother single, and both women stated some sort of strange dream occurrence, then became pregnant. The one at site 2 had all ovaries removed in September from her third pregnancy. All verified. The Vatican records to confirm these children only say they are Totra Mazda. Records for all 9-12 children, and 8th of January at exact time. And it says, I haven't read it, but Cardinal Benjamin Portelli and Cardinal Martello Sahimla. Title is Golden Angels. The third male child is in Lakeland, Florida. It needs to be retrieved ASAP. We have host family on standby. Required notice upon receipt. And that was signed Dr. ELLIOTT, Thornton, Washington, D.C., and Giles Hamilton was copied. So when Eddie was born, Giles knew about it. Where am I as far as time? Good, I've got another. This is from the Vatican file, the Enoch text. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. And I'm going to read this to you. I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, the name of Page goes back before the time of our Lord Christ. It was first seen some 65 years ago when the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls were first presented to the first alchemy studies in Rome. The name signifies the royalty of a special manner as to this secular right, and that the ancient Roman Empire feared the very name. We will look at some of the important finds associated with the name. This is to be associated with the knowledge of God Himself, as it is told in the third teachings from the scrolls. This is understanding from the study that the name was very true to its meaning of the following: Abil, what's that name?
Ephesus and Samaria.
Thank you.
Samaria, not Samaria, Samaria.
The names all have the same identical meaning as that of royalty blood. Now this brings us to another term also with the meaning of the bloodline. It is common knowledge that Jesus was the Son of God. His blood was that of modern medical definition, that of O negative with the Rh factor, to be distributed to a very select few. Who are the few who have it? Common, not among very few, to say the least, but it is stated that the ones of this royal blood would have the mark of God on them. And where there is a mark, and where is this mark, and what is it? The mark was a riser of the sister stat within the back of the cranial cap of the skull. It would be seen by a small touch and known by a select few. I can verify he does have that mark. The royal bloodline and sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Here, I'll read it for you. You want me to
No.
read it? Okay.
No, I'm doing it.
All right.
The royal bloodline and who they were, they are at times of the ancient leaders of the world. In the 1100s, as the records show, the Knights Templars kept the secret to themselves and protected it from all who wished to destroy the truth. In the records recovered about the Knights, that these ones were or would be known as the Star Children during the times of the period. These children were not mentioned much, as the Surrey was hidden until the end times. The Templars are still in existence today as we know them. They are commonly known as the Masons Brotherhood. And Eddie can talk about the Templars and the Masons.
Since I'm one.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that the Masons are evil. But anyway, it has been a period of over 300 years to find these children. And only now are there some things coming to light and being studied. Some have not the name of Page. Their lineage does show that they do have the bloodline stated in the finds and studies. This to include the research of the skull, well, in the back of the skull. Other signs that are uncovered and mentioned is as follows to the studies and finds. A, the IQs are higher than normal factors that associated with IQ ratings. B, the lifestyles are very simple and non-studious with other forms. C, they all have the rare blood type of O negative. D, all are connected to a feeling of being somewhere before. E, have special dreams and knowledge of certain events in history, can be verified. F, able to heal themselves and others beyond formal medical procedures, can be verified. G, all tell of a special gift from God and describe that gift, partner allied with another. H, extent knowledge of the teachings of major religions and scholars. At the time, the following is warranted by the officer for further studies and to be documented as they are presented. This authorization must not be released to the masses unless it is expressed by the papal authorization. All and any documents pertaining to said named page must be reviewed as such nature as harmful to the public at this time. This is the fines at this time. And it was, let me tell you, we've got Dr. Donald Ward, we've got Giles Hamilton, Bishop Coloni, Dr. Robert Wood, Rabbi Tarek, Dr. Franklin, Dr. Larry, Bob Lenski, and I have to tell you, I think it is absolutely appalling that nothing can be released unless it is through the Vatican.